Hi everybody, I am here at Orchard Corset headquarters in Wenatchee, Washington with Jeff, the owner, and Cheri, the marketing director. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming.
I have a few questions for you two today. As many of my viewers know, I have experience being an independent corseteer. However, I don't really know a lot about what goes on behind the curtains when it comes to an off-the-rack corset company and how things work around here. So thank you very much for inviting me here and having me take a look around. And I'm going to be asking you a little bit more about what you do as a business and see how things work from your viewpoint of the industry. Excellent. So how many years have you been in business?
I think about 17.
17 years, wow.
Since beginning, since dial-up.
Dial-up. And in the years that you've been in business, how has the popularity of corsets actually grown or changed over time?
I've seen it evolve quite a bit from the fashion type corsets into the more steel bone, the real authentic corsets people desire. In addition to that, where they're being worn outside instead of just inside as shapewear or as waist reducing or waist training even, but they're actually being worn out and exposed. We see the stars often, lots of pictures, not just Madonna anymore, but it's pretty much everybody.
Yes.
Pretty much everybody.
Mainstream.
So a lot of that.
Every award show now, you see, the Grammys or the Oscars, you see people
Somebody's in
performing
a corset.
in a corset.
Yeah. I saw Charlotte Church, actually, the little opera singer. She wears a lot of corsets in her new videos now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Country singers too, I've seen several. Miranda Lambert,
How do you see the corset industry, and where do you think Orchard Corset fits into that?
I see the corset industry today as utterly confused because of the definition of the word corset is so widely used, all the way from custom, high-end, all the way down to costume, lingerie, bedroom stuff that has maybe no boning, but it does lace up. I mean, it does lace up, but it has spandex in the back. All the way up to the very high-end custom stuff, such as you make and others, and Romanticy, and the real high-end custom-made. And then there's in between, you've got some steel bone fashion, and then you've got the off-the-rack steel bone, more authentic, like we have. So, but it's all classified as corset.
Corsets. And I think we offer a really high-quality product. We have excellent materials that go into our corsets. We guarantee our corsets, as you know, for a year, and yet we offer them at what is a really reasonable price. So it's a great way for new corset wearers to enter into corseting, without having to shell out $300 for a custom fit corset. And at Orchard Corset, we do something a little different that other off-the-rack corseteers don't do. We have created our exclusive silhouette system for our corsets.
Right.
So we talk about the hip to waist and waist to bust ratios in corsets, so that the consumer can really then not only select the right size for them, but they can select the right corset type that will best fit their body. And either fit the curves they have or give them the curves that they want, depending on what it is they're looking for in a corset. So I think that sets us apart from other off-the-rack corset companies.
Yeah, and when I was doing my video on what to look for when buying a corset online, with your permission, I had used your website, and it was really well organized, really well laid out, and I really appreciated how you very plainly explained what you do include and what you don't include in every single corset, because the different styles obviously have different number of bones and everything. And the silhouette levels, that's something that I've never seen before in another company. I consider that revolutionary. It's something that I would wish that some other companies would take on, but I mean, that's what really sets you apart. Yeah. I know from talking to a lot of people trying to get into corsetry for the first time that they're looking for a fairly good quality entry-level corset that's also not going to break the bank, and that they want the guarantee system in case they find that it doesn't jive with their lifestyle, or maybe it's not what they expected. So I understand you guys have an excellent customer service. So what other things do you provide for your clientele?
We have recently really shifted from just selling corsets and shapewear to really trying to provide real meaningful content in everything we do. we have recently really tried to educate ourselves and our staff about corsets and issues associated with corseting and just terminology. It's just anything and everything there is to know. And I've done a lot of internet research, but as everyone knows, you can't believe everything you read on the internet, which is why it was awesome that we were able to reach out to somebody like you who has all this knowledge and who really is an expert in corsets, because then you come here and you just in a short amount of time we're able to shed a lot of light and provide so much insight into really what goes into corseting and what separates one corset from another, and you know, it's been invaluable actually to have the knowledge that you brought to us this week that we can now, you know, share with our consumers. You know, we really are looking to educate our consumers, you know, enrich and entertain. You know, it's all part of the same value-added product, I think, that we're trying to do now.
And, and it's great, and it really shows that as a corset company, you also know what you're talking about.
Right.
That's
Right.
so important.
Because you get a lot of questions.
And we don't want to just show that we know, we want to actually know.
Right,
what we're
right,
talking
right.
about.
We want to really know, because
Right.
somebody's going to ask you that question and you don't want to steer people wrong. You know, we really do care about our customers. We really do want them to be happy and satisfied, more than satisfied with their purchase. And you can't do that if you don't have all the, right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
In addition to that, you know, we've invested a lot in upgrading our photo equipment, our models, our everything to really create content that is beautiful. That maybe if even if someone says, I'm not even into corsets, that is gorgeous. It's just, it's art. And so creating things that are beautiful to beautify and to add value to the web, stuff that's worth looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the models that you use, I find it very relatable, very personable, which is great, because sometimes you can go onto other websites and you see people that they're gorgeous, but people might say, I don't see myself wearing that because I don't look like that model.
Right.
Right.
We have different sizes and shapes of models because there are different sizes and shapes of people.
Exactly. So what are the goals for Orchard Corset in the next few years?
Some of our main goals are, again, like creating content, stuff that's beautiful, adding value to the web. One of my big personal goals is to actually have, when our company says this is our mission, vision, values, goals, that we actually have those values correspond with what we're doing, so that we ask ourselves continuously, where are we lying in this? And it's a hard self-examination, and Cheri's helped a lot with that, thank you. But yeah, it's great to examine your company over and over from every angle and to get all the input and to say, where am I lying? Is this really a value of mine? And then to change so that you do that. In addition to that, we put a lot of value in investing in young people. Cheri and I are the old people here.
We are.
And
we have experience. We're not over experienced, Jeff.
we have extra laps around the track. And, but we invest in young people by just hiring practically good people, maybe not skilled, but they have the mommy skills. Can I show up on time, get along with people, not steal?
Yes.
And then I can show you how to do anything we need done. And then we train them, make them into the best that we can as far as customer service, photographers, inventory, whatever it is.
Yeah,
and to develop them, and even if they go off and do something on their own, we've contributed then positively to our culture and our society and made it a little bit better, and hopefully taught them to be able to do that with others as well. Our staff the rest of our staff is between 18 and 25.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, yeah, very young.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first things that I noticed when I walked in, actually, because everybody got along very well. Everybody, it felt more like a family than a business. And the atmosphere was really young, really enthusiastic. These girls, they like what they're doing, which is important. I noticed, I pretty much recognized everybody as soon as I came in, because the people who actually work at the business wear the corsets and were actually modeling the corsets at one point. And it was great to be able to just see at a glance that whole company. I was expecting this gigantic corporation where everybody was very stuffy, and it felt nothing like that when I walked in. It felt like a family. And when you have that sort of seamless cooperation among all the workers, there's a certain amount of love that goes into the product itself.
Absolutely.
That I really appreciated. Even the fact that you personally look at every single corset sample, make sure everything is functionally sound, and make sure everything's beautiful. The amount of care that you put into picking and choosing what you decide to carry and what you don't, I really appreciated that as well, because I mean, some people they blast out their products without really considering their clientele, and I can tell that you guys actually really do care about that sort of thing.
Yes, and I think Jeff has a lot to do with the feel of the company. He's really is an exceptional boss, and I think that people want to do well for him. You don't have to come in with a heavy hand to get what you want from your employees. People do it because they want to please. So, and I feel like that's the environment that I work in. It's one of the best working environments that I've ever had. So, and as we've mentioned, I've had several laps around, so I've had several other work environments.
Well, thank you so much for having me and letting me into what you do on a daily basis. I mean, I'm very honored that you would be able to open up your business and let me see how things work from the inside.
I'm thrilled to have you here, really. We've learned a lot. It's been great.
And thank you for answering my questions and giving the audience a bit more insight into your business as well.